are you doing with your life? So that was the vibe, right? So I decided, okay, I'm gonna do this poem anyway, you know, because like I'm a rebel. So I'm gonna do the poem. I don't care what they say. I don't care if they air me or not. I'm gonna speak truth to power. So that's what I decided to do. So I'm gonna do Danger and the other poem. But then I was like, they're only gonna pick one poem, and if I do the Danger and the other poem, then they're gonna pick the poem that they like. So then I said, I'm gonna do Danger and Dead Man Walking, right? Both equally dangerous and deadly, respectively. So I decided that's what I'm gonna do, right? So the day of the show opens up before they even turn the cameras on with a comic called Shang, right? And he comes and does his bit, and everybody's laughing and, you know, having a great time. And then Mose comes out, and his hosting is more than what you see on the like it's talks more than what ends up airing. But his hosting style is kind of funny. He's telling jokes, real easy going. Everybody's laughy, jokey, having a great time, right? And then the first three poets that go before me, they all do this kind of really cute poetry, like, you know, don't you hate when guys do this? Or don't you hate when girls do that? You know, like that. It was good poetry, but it was just, you know, everybody's having a great time, and it's my turn. I'm thinking I don't have any jokes. Feeling like I'm gonna be a real party pooper. So I remember coming up, and even as I was walking on the stage debating if I was gonna do the poem or not. So I figure if I'm gonna do the poem, I might as well just do it all the way, right? So I just go in, and I'm just going in, and everyone's very still and very, very quiet. And I'm thinking this is either going very well or very poorly. So I get to some line, whatever the line is that they like, and then I say some more, yeah. Then I finish, like, yeah, it's a standing ovation, everybody's clapping. Russell Simmons comes backstage, shakes my hand, God bless you, we're so happy to have you here, and comes out on the stage and gives a little speech about why poetry like mine is important, and I'm feeling like I won. And then 6 days later, the FBI showed up at my house. Then there was a whole FBI saga of my life. I was like Jason Bourne on the run from the feds, from my poetry. Yeah, it was a trip. But, so anyway, that's how I ended up doing Danger. So I'm gonna do it again here, like a dummy. All right. I am not angry, I am anger. I am not dangerous, I am danger. I am abominable stress, idiotic, relentless. I'm a breath of vengeance, I'm a death sentence. I'm forsaken repentance to the beast and his henchmen, armed forces and policemen that survive off of oil in prisons until the cup runneth over with lost souls that were oversized caps like blindfolds, shiny necklaces like lassos, dragging them into black holes. And I may have to holler at Fidel Castro to get my other brother out of Guantanamo. And the innocents on death row is probably in the same proportion as the criminals in black robes that smack gavels, that smash homes, that smack gavels, that crack domes. Justice is somewhere between reading sad poems and 40-ounce of gasoline crashes the windows. Justice is between plans and action, between writing letters to congressmen and clapping a captain, between raising legal defense funds and putting a gun on the bailiff and taking the judge captive. It is between prayer and fasting, between burning and blasting. Freedom is between the mind and the soul. It's between the lock and the load. Between the zeal of the young and the patience of the old. Freedom is between the finger and the trigger. Between the page and the pen. Between the grenade and the pen. Between the righteous anger keeping one in the chamber. So what can he do with a man with a heart like Turner, a mind like Douglas, a mouth like Malcolm, and a voice like Chris? That's why I am not dangerous, I am danger. I am not angry, I am anger. I am abominable, stress, idiotic, relentless. I'm a breath of vengeance, I'm a death sentence. I'm forsaken repentance to the beast and his henchmen, armed forces and policemen that survive of now. I am not angry, I am anger. I am not dangerous, I am danger. I am abominable, stress, idiotic, relentless. I'm a breath of vengeance, I'm a death sentence. I'm forsaken repentance to the beast and his henchmen, politicians and big businessmen. I'm a teenage Palestinian, opening fire in an Israeli checkpoint, point blank, checkmate. Now what? I'm a rape victim, with her gun cocked to his cock, bang, bang, cock, not what. I am Sitting Bull with Colonel Custard's scalp in my hands. I am Kincaid with a slave twitter's blood on my hands. I am Jonathan Jackson handing a gun to my man. I am David with a slingshot and a rock. And if David lived today, he'd have a Molotov cocktail and a Glock. So I say down with Goliath. I say down with Goliath. But we must learn, know, write, read. We must kick, bite, yell, scream. We must pray, fast, live, dream, fight, kill, and die free. I'd like to thank you guys very, very much. It was a wonderful, wonderful audience. I had a great time, and I can't wait to come back.
So that was Amir Sulaiman, everybody. Amir Sulaiman. Real quick before people start leaving, just two quick announcements and then closing remarks. The first announcement is that Amir Sulaiman is selling some of his albums. Make sure to check out that back table. He just released a new album recently sometime, and he is selling it back on that table. The second announcement is going on with this theme of oppression and injustice. Next week, MSU, could I just get a second? Next week, MSU is having Israeli Apartheid Week, a call to boycott, divest, and sanction. If anybody felt moved by these words of oppression and injustice, please come out, talk to us next week, learn why we are there, and get more familiar with the situation, and you will see why we are there and why it relates so much to the topic of oppression. Now, just some closing remarks. If you could take a main point away from this whole thing, it's that we realize that all of us have our differences, but we're able to recognize that and we're able to go beyond that. It's like we're a hand. All of us are separate fingers, but when we come back down, we're all to the same root. We're all back to that same root. And I guess one final closing remark. I believe that our ties of humanity are stronger than any ties of nationality. We're human, and that's what happens. That's what it comes down to in the end. So once again, thank you everybody for coming out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May peace be upon you all.